But also Africa happened to have the biggest opportunities. We have what you call the largest youth resource on this continent. Which other continent has as many young people as we have? And every single one of you young people, you have imaginations, you have capacities. But as long as your first instinct is to try to find somebody to blame, trust me, your capacities will never come to life. Because what you see as a problem, another person is able to see an opportunity hiding in that problem. And that's how the solutions come. Let me give you a typical scenario. We've been in a nation where our currency has suffered for a long time. Our currency has suffered for a very long time. The first time in our history that our currency is actually showing strength and even performing better against the dollar. Should I tell you the difference? I know some of you will say the difference is the NDC, or the difference is Atu Forsen, who is now our minister. Atu is my direct brother, very close friend of mine. But let me tell you, the difference is simple. All this while, we've been in a country where we have not even been conscious of the fact that the gold that we have, which is actually the very name of our nation, the land of gold. The white people thought it was just the coast that had gold. But we have gold all the way in Upper West, in Upper East. So the whole land is a land of gold. Now, so the very gold, which is the very essence of this country, has the capacity to ensure that our currency is strong. We've never thought about that. Why have we never thought about that? Because unfortunately, that is who we are. We can do the same thing over and over again and never even think that there are possibilities of having new ways of doing it. So our lack is that in this research, we were able to start realizing that, you know what, if we can find ways of stopping the gold from being smuggled, if we can find a system by which all the gold can be aggregated, and if we can find a way in which we can export that gold and bring back the foreign resources into our economy, that becomes the salvation of our currency. And this is simply new thinking. That's what I'm saying. This solution, you young people, if only you believe in yourself, you have capacity to find even greater solutions than this to every problem that is facing this country. This is just one strand of thinking that brings about stability to currency. I can tell you there are several even better ideas that if only you would stop lamenting, complaining, blaming A and B and C and start telling yourself that no matter what the problems may be, there are solutions and I want to find those solutions. You can become the means by which we can bring a total transformation of this beautiful country and the continent. I look forward to this party, not just to be a party that sings from victory unto victory, the NDC shall lead. These beautiful, nice songs. But I want it to be a party where especially young people will lead in creativity, in solutions, in love of nation, in commitment to do what is right for our people. Let the competition not be MPP, because unfortunately, MPP, the bar is low. Let your competition be the need for going to that next level of excellence every step of the way. I love being on this campus. And I'm grateful to all the lecturers. I was in the economics department, I was in the philosophy department, or the psychology department. I love all of them. And all the lecturers who have done a great job. But I tell you, the greatest thing that happened to me on this campus was a book I read. And I read this book the very first week I entered this campus. And that book was not part of the curriculum. It was a book written by a great American, and his name is Napoleon Hill. I pray to God that every single one of you can get the book of Napoleon Hill and read it. And I pray that this nation can understand those principles, because I tell you, we can transform this country and make this country a truly great and strong nation just on the back of basic principles. And that is my prayer for NDC. Not simply to be happy that somehow we beat NPP in elections, but that we can have millions of young people like you whose mindset is a mindset that loves country. But beyond loving country, you have what you call the creativity, the belief, the passion to bring about transformation, not just to yourself, but to your country and also to this beautiful continent. That is what NDC should truly be about. NDC, before the election, we had a small team of people that every Friday at 11:11, we pray for Ghana. And we do it for just a minute. Every day, every Friday at 11:11, we just envision Ghana and we say, let Ghana become truly great and strong, and we envision the things we want to happen for our country. And exactly on the 7th of January, when the president was being inaugurated, exactly at 11:11, he swore that oath of office. I want to urge you, young people here, if every day at 11:11 you can join us to simply envision a Ghana that will become great and strong, a Ghana that will become a place of milk and honey for you and for your children and your great children, we can bring about a lot of transformation. Just take it serious. Those of you who can, every day, 11:11, just remember, pray for Ghana. And as you pray, you also are going to be guided to becoming what it is you are born to accomplish. Not all of us are born to be politicians. The greatest mistake we make is if the desire, I want to be there because I've seen this person go there. Not all of us are born to be politicians. Some of us are born to be educators. Others are born to simply work in different fields, business people, different level. But in every place we find ourselves, your love for nation, your capacity to aspire to go to the highest is going to bring transformation to our country. And this party, NDC, this country needs all of you to reach those high levels. Now, the things that we can do for you, like what my brother Felix Jamfi assured you, the support to give you, to help you in your placement, those are things that definitely we will do for you. The growing of the economy are things that we would try hard to support JM to ensure that we continue to work hard for this economy to grow and be strong so that your job aspirations become easy. But what I'm telling you is that we want you to ask and desire for more. As this country is hitting the 60th mark in 2 years, we want you to be the generation that will enter into that accelerated transformation of this beautiful country. The business as usual must be a thing of the past. Selfishness must be eschewed. Little mindedness that thinks only about me and my family must be over. Right on this campus, you guys should start talking about Africa, start talking about how this country can rise to become a beacon of light to the continent. Your viewpoint, your visions must start to go higher and higher. Because that is what it is you are capable of achieving. And Kwame Nkrumah showed us already, right on the eve of independence, as even he stood on that great platform, he said that the emancipation of Ghana is meaningless unless it is connected to the total emancipation of Africa. It tells you we already were birthed from a founder who saw a bigger dream. So you must start having big dreams beyond yourselves, beyond the NDC, beyond even Ghana. And that is what I knew the heart of Jerry Rawlings was about this party and this country. MPP has sought to bring a philosophy that was simply about, if we can't get it, nobody must get it. So MPP think about themselves first and the nation second. NDC should be the nation first. And when the nation is okay, we get what we want as a result when the nation becomes great. So if there's anything I want to make an appeal to you, sometimes I'm so used to saying my young brothers, but sometimes I'm coming to realize that as the years go by, I'm actually talking to my children. Which is true. Because my firstborn is now 27 years, so clearly I'm talking to many of you who are my children. So I want you to understand that the leadership that you have today is one that is going to continue making effort for you. And we are happy about JM having a commitment to ensure that it stays the course of discipline. That we have ministers who are constantly being told that you have to do what is right. Party leadership that is being told you have to make sure we stay true to our plan to reset the country. But see, all these things can only achieve a little increase. Those of you who have been in the economic class, there is a difference between an increase and a shift. An increase is simply just a little movement. But when you're talking about shift, you're talking about a real paradigm shift. And that is what this country must move into as we approach our 60th milestone. Ghana must start entering into a shift, a capacity to be a beacon for the whole of Africa. And you carry the hope. And for that to happen, your mindset must start to change. And that's my biggest appeal and prayer for all of you. So as I want to close, I want to urge you, remember to pray for Ghana. Those of you who can, every day at 11:11, just for a minute, close your eyes and vision a Ghana that is great and strong under God. But beyond that, seek to embody values that will bring transformation and creativity, and that is how this country expands. An illustration I gave to you about Gold Board tells you about the capacities we have that can affect every field. The transformation we can bring to education, what we can bring to environment, what we can bring to education, what we can bring to health, to infrastructure, to science and technology, different fields. We can bring real shift to every single one of them when you become the means by which real transformation comes to our country. It also means you need to reduce the lamentation. You need to reduce the complaining. It's not that things are not perfect. But be the Joshua generation. That's not going to just spend time and say, there are giants in the land. But those who are saying, there are giants, all right, but we are giant killers. And we will get into that land and kill those giants and fulfill destiny. And you are privileged to be in this party. And who knows, you may be the ones that are going to really help to take us into that great level that this country truly deserves. So as my final words, just go with saying that anytime you sing not just the NDC anthem, but when you sing the national anthem of Ghana, remember that you are being called onto a higher goal. Our anthem itself, you remember, is a prayer that God should bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. And our anthem says, we should arise and arise for Ghana. All of you patriots of the land. I hope to God that in a few decades to come, right from here, we will have patriots who would have absolutely accomplished wonderful things for this beautiful country and this party. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Shall we have the party's anthem once again? as we charge ourselves and get ready to the closing numbers of today's event. Mr. DJ, we are in your hands now.